So I went to go see the movie Race yesterday, and that was actually pretty good. Um, Race is the movie about Jesse Owens, the Olympic runner from the 1936 Games. And he won four gold medals. I think three for running and one for jumping. Like, he did that thing. Yes, he did. But yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't know this, but his actual name is J.C. Owens. But somebody in his life, early in his life, couldn't say J.C., but they could say Jesse. You know how black folks love to do that. They love to rename you. You know, like if your name is Errol, they'll call you Earl. Or if your name is Earl, they call you Earl. Or if your name is Eric, they call you Irk. Or if your name is Alicia, they call you Elijah or Alicia. Diane's McKinley. Yeah, just whatever. just no regard. I just can't say that. I just can't say these names. God forbid. Oh, God forbid if you have an actual African name, you can forget it. They will call you, if your name is Indonesia or whatever, you know, it's going to be, I'm just going to call you Nancy. I mean, they just, the gall. But anyway, so, you know, the movie is dealing with this young man having to deal with racism at that time, and the Germans, and how the Germans were so vicious at that time. You know, speaking of the Jews, they didn't want the Jews to run in the race, and they actually had a sign up that said "No Jews and no dogs served here." Wow. What I didn't know, I did learn this. I didn't know that in whatever city, state, or country where the Olympics takes place, the Olympic committee or corporation builds stadiums there and builds gyms and builds whatever is needed for the Olympians to dorms for them to live and for them to practice and for them to work out. Like, I see why it's such big business to try to get it in your city or in your state or in your country, because you're gonna get a lot of amenities afterwards, like a lot of buildings and things that the city or the state or the country needs. Wow, who knew? I didn't know that. But you know, so I think now this guy who plays Jesse Owens is he's just a little looker. He's just a little chocolate little honey dip. Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. I thought it was gonna be Chad Boseman, because you know how we do. Once we get one black actor, we just stay stuck on one black actor. Like how we got Morris Chestnut and Samuel L. Jackson, and then that was it. For like the 80s and the 90s, you didn't see nobody else. And then for light skin, they threw in Dwayne Johnson for a moment. But you know, I thought, okay, well, we got Chad, and Chad's been in a few things, and I thought, I don't want Chad to work, Chad, I love you, hey. But it's nice to see that there are other black actors out there doing their thing, getting their money, and making a name for themselves. I think that's awesome. So, and he was, I hate to say this, but he was much finer than the actual Jesse Johnson, or Jesse Owens. I didn't name every Jesse I knew. Jesse Jackson, Jesse Owens, Jesse Jack. Lord have mercy. Anyway, but he was, yeah, he's a looker. So anyway, go see the movie. I think you should take your whole family. I think you already know how it's going to end, but it's good to see what was going on at that time and how the film was documented by this gangster little German woman who was just going to, I mean, against all odds and especially being female at that time, against all these things and entities and men against her, had decided she was going to make this film in truth and in honesty, the way it actually happened. I can certainly appreciate that. There was one of the runners who ran against him who was like, I'm not for this politics. You know, I'm just here to run. I am here to support you as an athlete. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me fair and square. Like, I really dug that. People really stuck their necks out at that time to, you know, make the games legitimate and authentic. So go see the movie Race. It was really good. I loved it. Boom.